what we were going to do about beside the bed for cabinets, since we tore those out. And also we needed a bathroom cabinet. But lo and behold, bam, bam, bam. I'm not too proud to dig in trash, but I found these on the side of the road. And then they got a top over there. It goes on them. I'm not using the top. It's too heavy. But two of these are going to go by the bed. One's going to be a bathroom cabinet with a sink on top. They come wired with plugs, so I just got to plug in there and plugs into the thing. And then there's the drawers. I'm getting ready to sand and paint everything. I'm going to fill these holes. There's a hole there, a hole here, and a hole here. So I got my putty made up. I'm going to fill those holes, and then we'll sand these, and then we're going to paint them. And then we're going to install them in the camper. Two will go beside the bed, and one will be in the bathroom. Unbelievable that I found those. We were looking everywhere for cabinets. We thought we were going to have to build them, but this is a lot easier. So I'm going to sand them up and paint them up. Alright, we got our new toilet in today. I ordered it from a company, I'll have to put the name of it. It's like a sporting goods store, but I got this toilet. It's supposed to come with the wash down handle and everything. They didn't charge me tax, didn't charge me shipping. I think I paid $168 or $170 for it and got it in 2 days. So really impressed. And it has a China bow. So this is a upgrade from what we had. Still trying to keep a low profile to fit under this cabinet door. So let's unbox it and set it in place. A little heavier than the one we had. So there it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to cut this out to about right there. We're going to leave this wall. We're going to cut this out this same amount over here. Take out this shelf and this shelf. And that way we can slide the toilet back a little bit further. We would take this all the way out, but there's a drain pipe right here that goes out to the ceiling, so that sort of messed our plans up. But I think we still will take this out. This will be like above a toilet shelf. And we're not putting a cabinet door back on it, I don't think. We might put a short one up here, I don't know. Or we might put a mirror right here, like this. Might be what we do. On a hinge. So something like that. That's sort of the plan. So let me cut this out and see what we got. All right, here we go. Hopefully you can see this. There it is after the cabinet's cut out. That's the plan. As you can see, we got about 4 or 5 more inches between the toilet now and the sink. And I think what I'm going to end up doing here is cutting this all the way up to right there. Cut that down there. And then maybe put another shelf right in there. I have to check, make sure you won't hit your head on it. And then another shelf right there. And either leave that open or put cabinet doors on it. And then I guess I'll have to box that pipe in, or we might just let that pipe, we just might let that pipe be exposed and just deal with it and just box that wall into that side. And how many people is going to see it? But I had planned on leaving these and tying back and just boxing that pipe in. But I think we'll just leave that pipe exposed. If it didn't go out through the roof like that, we would take it out. I thought about putting cutting it, putting a 45 up there, come down here, put a 45, and I may still do that. But right now it's just a straight shot out of the tank, and I'll sort of like that. But something to think about. Something to think about. So what I'm doing here was this wire ran. It came out of a hole over here and ran across here where the toilet was going to go. So I'm rerouting. This is the thermostat wire. So that's what I'm working on. Get it out of the way so I can put the toilet, put that floor in. So I can put that floor in and put my toilet. Hopefully get my toilet installed. Well, finish this cabinet and then get the toilet installed. So I'm put in a terminal block right here. I think I was going to put butt connectors, but I think I'm going to put in a terminal block. Beautiful. We're back in business. Alright, laying out the bathroom again. It's about my 5th or 6th revision we've had. So this is going to be the door. That little cabinet's going to go over there. It's a 19-inch door. And this will be a wall with a double sliding barn door, and there'll be a wall back here. So I'm going to put it together. Alright, I got the framing done. Now I got my little pieces of plywood cut. I got this cut out here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if my camera's aiming up here. I cut out for the vent. I'm going to build some kind of box to shoot that over in there. So this, I'll line this up on the bottom first. This just go right there. Got enough air to shoot yet. Right here on the top, about right there. Give us one more. Beautiful. Good. My hose just busted. Awesome. Let's pause that. Yeah, my hose busted. was interesting. Alright, so this is going to go right there, should be lined up. One more right there. Beautiful. Alright, that's done. Next, I'm going to work on my hardware for my door. This is what I'm using for my rail. I looked everywhere for some affordable aluminum or something. A piece like this at Lowe's was like 14 bucks in that little bin. I got this at Harbor Freight for $3. It's a yardstick, aluminum yardstick. But yeah, it's the perfect length. So it's going to go, I'm going to paint it black, put it right up here, and see if I can make me some hardware. I don't want to go too high because I want to box this thing in. So, alright. Break time. So they really don't give you, Domenica don't really send, I guess they assume you're going to go back in the same location. So here's your installation. It talks about removing the other one. The only thing you've got is over here. It shows it needs to be, well, the bad thing is, even with my glasses on, I can't hardly read that. So C, let's see here. I think that says E. E is 11 inches. E is 11 inches to the center, but that don't really tell me how far out. Yeah, it would have been nice if they'd just put the measurements. It's got to be, 10, 11 inches from the wall. I think it's got to be 11 inches or 10 inches from the wall. So, I'm going to have to get the toilet in here and do a test fit. And I'm thinking probably going to be about 10 inches. Alright, let's see if I got room to slide the toilet in here. Oops, sorry, camera. Well, yeah, would have been nice to have measurements. Wouldn't have had to do all this. Alright, so gotta have room to hook everything up. Where's my hookups at? Where's the hookup at? Right there on the bottom. So my line hooks up right there on the very bottom. And that don't give you room. So let's see how far out that is. In the center of the hose, looks like it's about 10 inches. That gives me room to get to my water. I think that's where it's going to go. It's only a big mistake if that's not right. Come on, Domenica. Just add that dimension in there. Or make it simple for people that don't understand. Let's read over this one more time. Tells you how to use it. Leaks. Toilet won't hold water. Insulation. That's ½ inch. removal, reverse order, deodorizing, cleaning, parts list. I'm going to try calling this number. We'll see if they answer. I called them. They were already closed, but I did a little search on the internet and Googling and YouTubing, and they say 10 to 11 inches. So I'm going to go with 11 inches just to be safe. So I'm going to go 11 inches to the center of the flange. So that's that, and then the center of this room. Double check one more time. 11 inches to the center. 11 inches to the center. 13 and a half. 13 and a half. So that's where our flange is going to go right there. Now, so that flange for the toilet is 7 inches, so we'll mark out 3 and a half. 3 and a half. Alright, so that's 3 and a half right there. I think I've already got it marked. 3 and a half. This one needs to come in a little bit. Ten and a half to the edge of the flange. This way just a tad. And 3/16. 10 3/16. That's close enough for toilet work or government work. I guess they're the same. I'm just marking this right here, but this ain't where my hole's not gonna be this big. Alright, I don't have a hole saw that big. I'm gonna try this. If this doesn't work, I'm going to use my jigsaw, but so here goes nothing. I don't know, nervous. Very nervous. Handbreaker. Alright, I knew my battery's about ready to die. Alright, let me get my camera back over here out of the way. Put a battery in this sucker. Man, should have left that in there. let me get my wrench, Allen wrench, tighten everything back up. I don't know if you know how, y'all probably all know how one of these works, but anyhow, there's a set screw down in there. This is the problem I've always had with this thing was, I used it a few times when I was doing boats, but it always seems to want to come loose in there. Then another thing, it may just be the drill bit I'm using. I lost the one that came with it, or can't remember which one it was. It doesn't tighten in the center of the hole, and it always gives you that. I don't know, this drill's got a flat spot on it. That's why I like using it. I try to put it right there to hopefully keep it. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Ouch. Alright, got it retightened. Let's try this medieval looking torture device again. Alright, that's as deep as it'll go. So anyhow, these are going to bottom out before I go all the way through the floor. So I'm going to try to get underneath and drill it from the bottom. Don't like much going through, but I can't get the camera under there with me. It's just so tight. I don't even know if I can get my, because there's a water tank right here that ends right here by this. So it's a little tight squeeze in there. So let me see if I can get under there and drill it from the bottom. I'll let y'all watch from the top. And all else fails. Well, that sounds pretty solid. But it's not. There we go. All right. All right. We got a hole in the floor. Now for the fun. Look at that. Only off a ½ inch. Now we better have at least 10 inches to the center. And we do. We got about 10.5. Mercy. Beautiful. And this is going to turn like that. I'll get under there, double check it. Alright, that's done. It's break time. Alright, I got a few videos of me drilling the hole. The toilet's just sitting there. It's not all the way in yet. I do have the gray water, or the waste pipe, plumbed into the tank. Don't have the water hooked up yet. Getting to work on that. Got our cabinet doors up. There's the cabinet doors. They're up. A little tight. I got to do some touch up. Me and my wonderful thinking there, my drill, the chuck on my drill spun and hit the wall as I put the screws in. Should have done it on my hand, but anyhow, so I got to touch up that. But this is what I'm going to work on now. This is our sink. Get it centered in here and try to get it plumbed up and see what all I need. So I can make one trip to Lowe's hopefully and get all the plumbing stuff I need to hook the sink up here, hook the toilet water up, try to decide if I'm going to come straight in, because the inlet valve comes out like that, so I think I'm going to come up with a 45 and just hook straight into it. Still got to hook up our kitchen sink, and we got to do some modifications here. We got to cut our hose for our sink and our faucet to go there. And let me start on this. It's hard to film this area. It's so close and small, But I'll see what I can do. First thing I'm gonna do is see if I can center that up in that room. Let me find a tape measure.
3 hours later.
Alright, so that's where it needs to go. I just need to make sure it's square. It lines up with that board. Put me a little mark on this side where you can't really see it. So I know where to go. Alright. Turn this thing upside down. Alright, so what I was talking about, I'm going to drill a pretty good sized hole in here for my water lines to come in, and I got to have a drain for my sink. I don't know where it's going to come in until I put the sink in, then I'll drill it. But for my water supplies, I think I'll drill about right there. Pretty good sized little hole. Let's see how big of a hole saw I got. This drill here has got some issues, but it's done a lot of work. I've rebuilt a camper and a boat and a bunch of other projects with it. It's been a good one. I can't complain. Of course, it's a knot. I'm right in the middle of a knot. I'll stick it in there. I'll clean that up when I clean up the other hose. Alright. So, I'm going to set that in there and then mark my hole for my water lines. Not much room, is it? There's my marks for my floor. Alright. I sure do hate drilling holes in this floor. Alright, so that should have marked it, I hope. Got to give and take on this thing. Alright, watch out, camera. We've got to move you a second. Alright, I think I can just move this over there like that. Can you see the floor where I'm drilling? There we go. I guess y'all all know how to drill a hole. Tight fit. Tight fit. Very tight fit. Oh, dead. Let me go get a battery. I'm hoping this hole is big enough if I stick one line through at a time. And just like that, we're through the subfloor. Alright, let me see if I can fish those lines through there. Alright, the water lines are through the floor. This is the connectors I had on it. 45s, I can probably make those work. I gotta cut this band off so I can get that out of there, but and reuse these. I think I'm gonna try to reuse these. I think I can bring that up since it's coming up in the corner. I'll put that in the corner of that cabinet like that. My line will come down and loop over into that. And then I gotta go to Lowe's and get something that'll go from the sink, which is that size, to this, or either somehow or another I get from that sink to this. So we'll have to go to Lowe's and figure that one out. Alright, so this, you're looking from this part will be against the wall. This is the front part of the sink where you stand. So there's our faucet. We ordered two. One never made it. And Amazon's supposed to be giving me a refund. Hadn't seen that yet. And then here's our homemade sink. We're going to epoxy the inside of this sink. It's made out of a flower pot. So I was going to try to figure out the layout for this. So that needs so I think we'll go about right there. I think this will go right there. I think that will reach. I think that will reach right over in the sink with no problem. So let me drill the hole for the faucet first, I think. So I'm gonna go back in that corner. Then I can adjust this sink where I think it needs to go. So, alright, let's see what we can do here. Let's lay this down. Still got to epoxy the inside of that. Which you just see the video of how we did that. Alright. What size drill bit do we need? I think that'll work. Hang on, we got one more try here. This one's 1.5 inches. I think they're both the... How did I end up with two of those? Alright, well, I think 1.5 inches is going to be perfect. 1.5 inches, alright. So that comes in on each side, so we got to allow for that. I'm going to repaint this top so we can do a little bit of marking on it. Oh shoot, about the width of mine. Well, tape measure don't really do me much good there. Looks like 1/2 inch from the edge. Yeah, so just about. This stuff bleeds through so bad. About 1/2 inch right there, 1/2 inch there, and that is, how thick is that? So that's 1.5 inches. So 2 inches from that edge will get me past my wood, the side, so 2 inches there. 1.5 inches. Yeah, so I can actually go about 1 3/4 inches. Let's go 1 3/4 inches from each edge. Interesting. Well, crap. Well, I may have to fill that hole and move it over. Alright. Let's see if I can show you what I did wrong. Alright, my faucet fits, but my poor planning. I don't know if you can see in here or not. Let me turn my... With this, there's not room, because the way that's shaped, it's hitting that edge. So I'm going to have to move that hole. Take this stuff, put it over there. So I need to move that hole about that much. So I'll get some wood filler. I'll fill this in, and we'll go again. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Alright, we're going to try drilling this hole again for the faucet. I moved it up and over about a ½ inch. That should be enough. Hopefully my Robertson's wood filler, it feels pretty solid. So let's give this another shot. Let's double check, make sure our sink's going to fit. Our homemade container sink. That's going to be perfect. Faucet's going to go there. Maybe I should go right here with the faucet and cut a hole back there. Interesting. Well, I want the faucet. That's right there. There's the... If I put it right there, I'm gonna go right there. Slow that down a little bit. Yeah, that may be alright. Perfect. If I sand that, once I sand that, we should be okay. Perfect. Perfect. That's going to go about right there. All right, another hole to drill. Before we get too carried away, let's make sure. Yeah, it fits. All right. Alright. Beautiful. Now we're going to epoxy the sink. That'll bring the level up to where it'll drain. Alright, I need it to stop right there. I don't know if you can see in there or not. Oh, you can't see nothing I'm doing. Awesome. Awesome. Poor camera work. There it is. We're going to let that harden up. May have regret I did that, but I think it'll be alright. That'll cause it to run to that drain. The drain was up a little higher. So, this is how you clean a brush. A brush that's used for epoxy, this is how you clean it. Throw it in the trash. Alright, looks good. We just need it to dry. We'll see how that turns out. You just have to make a new bowl. You won't ever get that out, but a little bit more right over here. Let's go check our countertop. Looking pretty good. Let's see if we can get some of the air bubbles out of it. Working on installing the sink. It's been quite a challenge due to the small space of the sink and trying to get so much stuff in there. That's over about right. Alright, I got my board in to mount my cabinet to. I got my pipes cut. I got the front of this pre-drilled so I can screw it in. Alright, there's that. Water pipes are in. Now throw it up there and get the drain pipe in at the same time. Stand up here and see if we can do that. Of course, it's going to wiggle out of the way. Boom, there it is. Alright, I gotta move my board over. I mismeasured. I gotta move my board over a little bit, but I gotta go back to work. When I come back, I'll pull it back off. I'll move my board over about 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, that board, yeah. And you go 3/4 of an inch that way. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. We go back to work. Alright. Now, I'm going to get some pipe cutters. And we'll hook the water up, and then we'll install the sink. And I think we'll be ready to give it a try. There's the faucet. Now we'll put the sink in. Here's our custom made sink. We made it ourselves. So this is going to go right in there. Actually, I'm going to take this. Let's do it this way. I think I'll put the... Alright, there we go. Now, oops, excuse me, faucet. Alright, that's in. Tighten this nut. Alright, So I'm going to paint this gray, and then right here we're going to take the drawers that used to go right here. I took the slides off, and we're just going to cut the faces off, and I'm going to mount the faces right here, either probably with like cabinet catch. That way you can pop them off if you need to get here and work on anything. And we'll have a little bit of storage down in the bottom. I try to keep everything to the back. And we're getting ready to go try the water. As soon as I go tighten up the sink faucets in the kitchen, I'm going to give it a shot. Here's our sink, our little homemade sink. I could have moved it back just a little bit so to hit exactly, but that's fine. There's our faucet. Whew, hot water. So that's it. I'm going to come back and paint that the same color as this cabinet. And then there's my little complicated plumbing that I dealt with. And then these, I may fill this hoe in and just paint this because these just pop off. There's no room for the drawers, so. But I may put the knobs on there just to make it look good. But it turned out pretty good for a homemade sink. I think we got $14 in this. I got that for, well, the first one I ordered was $30 and it got lost in the mail. Never got it. But this one was $50. Probably got $20 in plumbing because I kept going buying parts. Cabinet I picked up on the side of the road for free. Just painted it. And yeah, so 50, say 15, 65, free, 20, $70 for that little vanity. And there's our medicine cabinet. Don't know if I really like it. May just go with a mirror there. May eliminate that. And then there's that. So yeah, so that's the little bathroom vanity.